Can't wait to use this in my toilets when I get home. Hey guys, it's Maddie and welcome back to another AFI DIY. In today's video, we're going to work on a really fun cleaning product to make your cleaning job a little bit easier at home. So toilet tabs are a fun and easy way to clean calcium and lime buildup from toilet bowls, as well as add a burst of fresh fragrance. Now, if you're like me, the one thing I hate most is cleaning a toilet. But I think this will make it a little bit more fun and more enjoyable. Alright, to get started, we're going to use our large mixing bowl and our sifter, and we're going to add all of our dry ingredients one by one, just making sure we sift through it and make sure we get out any clumps so it's really fine and easy to mix together. So our first ingredient, we're going to use baking soda, and I'm just going to use a spatula right here just to make sure I can sift through everything. And we'll kind of sift away. And as you can see right here, we have a bunch of clumps, so I'm just going to use this. So these are the clumps I'm talking about. We'll just help break them up. Alright, now we're going to grab our citric acid. And the reason why we use citric acid is because the stains in your toilet are normally alkaline, and since citric acid is very acidic, it helps neutralize it and gets rid of the stains. Alright, our next ingredient that I'm going to grab is sodium lauryl sulfoacetate. And so I'm just going to be very, very careful pouring this in, because when I say it makes a big poof, it makes a big poof. This is a surfactant that will aid in fizzing and the cleaning power of our toilet tabs. Alright, so our next ingredient we're going to add in is kaolin clay. We're just going to slowly sift this through as well. Alright, I'm just going to use the spatula because it seems like it needs a little bit more help pushing through. Alright, now that we are all done with our dry ingredients, we're just going to mix them together and we'll keep going. Alright, it looks like it's nice and mixed together, and so now is my favorite part. We're going to add in our fragrance oil and whisk it in. And so for today, I chose Lemon Blast, and I think it's fairly appropriate, but keep in mind that you can use up to 6 different samples from our fragrance collection, so if there's something else you would rather prefer other than lemon, take a shot at it. So I'm just going to dump this in here, and I'm going to whisk in and make sure everything's nice and incorporated. It already smells like, it's just so fresh and lemony. I think that's the thing, when you get older, you get more excited about the little things, but I mean, hey, coming home to a nice fresh bathroom, fresh house, can't beat that. Alright, so now we're at our final step. We're going to grab our distilled water over here, and we're going to mix this in with our mixture, but make sure it doesn't fizz or activate. And to do this, we're going to add it slowly at a time and whisk. If it's too much at one time, you can't really control it. So, slow and steady wins the race. Alright, that's good. We're just going to sit here, we're going to mix it all together. And as you can see, I barely poured any in and it tried to fizz, but stopped before it could happen. Do one last time. And I'm going to add in this last little bit of water and give it a good whisk, and we should be done. Alright, while I'm finishing up this mixture, we're going to test and see if it's ready. So how do we know if it's ready? Well, when I squeeze it, if it holds the shape, then it's golden. But if it's not, then we can go back and add a little bit of water. Remember, if you add too much, it's kind of hard to go back and backtrack. But if you do it slowly and steady and keep testing it out, you'll find it out to be just right. Squeeze. Alright, you see how much better this comes together? So I think we are at a great consistency. Now that we are all done mixing in our ingredients and doing the mold test to make sure that it holds together, we are going to now put it into our actual molds so we can let harden and use for later for our cleaning. I'm just gonna grab a handful and slowly sprinkle until they all are filled up, and then mash with my hands just to make sure they're all held together with a little bit of pressure. All right. This is the fun part. I feel like I'm like a little kid playing in a box of sand back in preschool. I think a new memory was just unlocked. And now we are going to put a pressure in each one of these little containers so they will hold. All right. Now, depending on how long this will take to harden, it can take anywhere from 24 to about 72 hours. It really just depends on the humidity of your environment. So just be patient with it. All right, now we are done, even though I did make a little bit of a mess outside of it. That's why we had this tray here. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna set these aside, and it took us about 32 hours or so that we noticed that they were nice and hard and held its shape. So I'm gonna set that aside, and I'll come back to you when we have them all nice and hardened. All right, guys, we are back, and these are nice and hardened. So I'm just pick one out, that way you can see. So carefully just push it out of the mold, making sure I'm nice and easy and steady with it. And here we have our tab. So all you have to do with one of these bad boys is toss it into the toilet bowl and let it fizz for about 5 minutes. When it's done soaking, scrub away any leftover stains with a toilet brush and then flush. It's a lot easier than the squirting and squeezing with normal chemicals that we use. With this, you drop it in, walk away, do what you need to do for about 5 minutes, come back, scrub, and it's just that easy. Each toilet tab costs less than $1 to make, and an individual tab can be sold for around 50 cents to $1 wholesale and retail for $2 to $3. We've got tons of other projects you can pair with these tabs in your product line, so go ahead and check out our DIY playlist for more ideas. As always, thank you so much for tuning in today, and if you want to join us here in the lab for new DIYs every single week, subscribe and ring the bell to become a member of our notification squad. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and don't forget to comment any questions or ideas that you may have down below. I'm Maddie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!